5-star card. The new Chinese permanent residence certificate embodies many Chinese elements. Experts involved in the research and development upgrade have stated that referring to the currently popular international naming method for permanent residence permits, China's new version of foreign permanent residence identity cards can be vividly referred to as the 5-star card. This not only reflects strong Chinese characteristics, has high recognition, but also is easy for domestic and foreign people to address. A permanent residence permit is a legal identity document issued by the National Immigration Administration for eligible foreigners who have approved their permanent residence in China. This certificate can be used separately as a personal identity document and can be used as a legal proof of personal identity in places such as accommodation registration, purchase of car, ship, plane, tickets, etc., without the need to present their foreign passport. On the basis of maintaining the basic style of the current version, the new version of the permanent residence certificate has drawn a new Great Wall pattern and added a 5-star element that reflects the national logo. We have also optimized and beautified the layout, adopted more advanced anti-counterfeiting technology, and improved the storage of document information and application management services. The new version of the permanent residence certificate has upgraded its technology and enhanced its functions. After the new certificate is activated, holders can handle personal affairs such as transportation, daily consumption, and finance online through the internet platform, which will further facilitate their work, study, and life in China. The relevant person in charge of the National Immigration Administration introduced the newly added 5-star elements to the new permanent residence permit at a press conference on the 15th, and mentioned that experts involved in the research and development suggested using the term 5-star card as the common name for the new permanent residence permit. It is very appropriate to vividly refer to the new permanent residence certificate as a 5-star card. At present, many countries internationally assign a common name to their permanent residence permit based on its characteristics and elements. For example, the permanent residence permit for foreigners in the United States is called a green card because it is green, while the permanent residence permit for foreigners in Canada is called a maple leaf card because it contains Canadian maple leaf elements. Previously, many people referred to China's permanent residence permit as a Chinese green card, which is incorrect. Green card is a common term for American permanent residence permits, and the Chinese permanent residence permit is completely different from its design elements, so the term green card should not be used. This time, China's permanent residence permit is called a 5-star card due to the newly added 5-star element, which reflects Chinese characteristics and has high recognition. The relevant person in charge of the National Immigration Administration also introduced at the press conference on the 15th that the introduction of the new version of the permanent residence permit is a practical measure to ensure the country's high-level opening up to the outside world and improve the informatization level of foreign management services. It is conducive to improving the quality and efficiency of immigration management services, better serving overseas talents to work, study, and live in China, and implementing the talent strengthening strategy. Next, the National Immigration Administration will work with relevant departments to accelerate the matching upgrade and transformation of information systems, facilities, and equipment in various industries, expand the application scope, improve experience satisfaction, and comprehensively and smoothly achieve the functional goal of the revised permanent residence permit. It is understood that after the new version of the permanent residence permit is put into use, the current version of the permanent residence permit can still be used during its validity period. Holders can apply for a new version of the permanent residence permit in a timely manner according to their personal needs. National Immigration Administration, foreigners' permanent residence ID cards have the same identity certification effect as their valid foreign passports. On September 15th, the National Immigration Administration held a press conference to report on the new version of the People's Republic of China's permanent residence identity card for foreigners. The National Immigration Administration has upgraded and revised the permanent residence identity card for foreigners in the People's Republic of China. The new version of the permanent residence identity card for foreigners will be officially issued and put into use on December 1st of this year. Jia Tongbi, Deputy Director of the Foreigner Management Department, introduced that the foreigner's permanent residence identity card is a legal identity document for the holder to reside in China. It can be used separately to prove personal identity when handling financial, educational, medical, transportation, accommodation, communication, work, tax and social insurance, property registration, litigation, and other affairs. Firstly, the holder can enter and exit China multiple times with the foreigner's permanent residence ID card and valid passport, without the need for additional visa procedures. The second is to travel by plane, train, ship, and other means of transportation in China, where foreigners can purchase tickets and travel by car with their permanent residence ID card. The third option is to stay in a domestic hotel and complete the relevant check-in procedures with a foreigner's permanent residence ID card. Fourthly, when handling financial services such as banking, insurance, securities, and futures, as well as social affairs such as communication, taxation, property registration, litigation, etc. The foreigner's permanent residence identity card can be used as a legal identity certificate, on the basis of fully implementing offline applications, major internet platform applications and public and government service applications such as National Government Service Platform, Railway 12306-inch, Traffic Management 12123, and Personal Income Tax, have included foreign permanent residence identity cards as recognized document types for use. Jiao Tongbin also stated that in China, a foreigner's permanent residence identity card has the same identity proof effect as their valid foreign passport. When the holder goes to various public service industry branches and relevant units to handle affairs, each unit should accept the current and new versions of the permanent residence card as identity documents. One person, one ID, unchanged for life. Foreigners' permanent residence ID number increased to 18. On September 15th, the reporter learned from the press conference of the National Immigration Administration in Beijing that the National Immigration Administration has upgraded and revised the permanent residence identity card for foreigners in the People's Republic of China, and will officially issue and use the new version of the permanent residence identity card for foreigners in the People's Republic of China starting from December 1st of this year. The new permanent residence certificate has three major highlights compared to the current one. According to Chen Yongli, director of the Information Technology Department of the National Immigration Administration, the new version of the permanent residence document has been upgraded and optimized in terms of layout and technical design, mainly reflected in three aspects. One is to adjust the chip storage structure, optimize the way document information is stored, and adopt more advanced anti-counterfeiting technology in printing to enhance information protection and security. Secondly, the ID number has been adjusted from 15 digits to 18 digits, which is also a very important aspect of this document revision adjustment. Information codes such as Foreigner Identification Code, Nationality Code, and Application Location Code have been compiled, with one person and one ID, which remains unchanged for life. The third is to optimize the layout, improve the registration column, use a newly drawn Great Wall pattern, and add a 5-star element that reflects the national logo, more intuitively conveying the image and concept of China. In the process of promoting document revision, some experts have also proposed that the new version of the permanent residence certificate can be vividly referred to as the 5-star card, which we believe is also more appropriate.